Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're here to do a discussion, I guess.
Discussion, right?
So yeah, it was something like that. I'm, as you can see from the picture in the thumbnail, we're here to talk about Starlord. Not the actual comic book version of Starlord.
Because the new comic books, they have him bisexual for some reason. Don't understand it.
Yes, but also,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Nope, my brain broke. All right, well, moving on. I had nothing to add to that. Cool. He's gonna be bisexual in the comics.
Yeah.
Well, he is bisexual. Not gonna be like it's like planned out. No, he already is. That's like pages already. So I've seen.
That's already serious.
Yeah, like he was already talking to Thor and stuff like that, hugged up with some nigga and like on some like campfire.
It's supposed to be Gamora and I forget somebody who's been around for a long time. I forget who it is.
In the comics, it's hard to tell because there's been so many Guardians. Like the Guardians that we know in the MCU are not completely correct with the Guardians that's been in the comic books. Like there's been the only consistent one is like Groot and Rocket.
Yeah, because
Gamora.
They've always been there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Everybody else not so much. Like Yondu was one of the original ones, but he wasn't like his biological dad. They just did that in the movies just for the sake of putting Yondu in the movie. And they didn't really give him.
Because I'm Mary Poppins, yo.
Yeah.
Oh. Sadness.
R.I.P. Yondu. Another thing that I was very pissed about, but we'll get into that right now. So, Starlord. Everybody hates Starlord for pretty much the stuff that he did in Infinity War, with the whole getting the snap off thing, or whatever. Because like, why did you have to hit him? Blah blah blah, and all this other stuff or whatever, right?
Yeah. So,
I am here on behalf of the court to defend your boy. And oh yeah, I'm here to defend this nigga. I have evidence, I have proof to say you are all hypocrites. You fucking childish people.
What is Sylvester now?
Yes. I didn't know where I was gonna go with this. That's just how that came out. So, let's get down to business here. People don't like him because of what he did. Okay, fair enough. He did some. He messed up the plan that eventually led to the snap, which erased half the population all over, everywhere, the entire galaxy, not just the world, but everywhere.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that.
Here's where I'm about to shit on you. So, we have other characters in the MCU that we have grown to love, adore, and such and so forth, and whatever, what the fuck or whatever. Let's start off with our main man, Thor. Fair enough? Thor, Prince of Asgard, heir to the throne, has a very incredibly complicated history, complicated past, and even more so, complicated future. He's an Asgardian who loves Earth. Okay, cool. Fell in love with a human. Not really your species, but okay, cool. Zeus ass. Has an adopted brother who's not even really his like biological brother. Okay, first step of family drama. Who's constantly trying to play tricks on him, kill him, and take the throne by force. Okay, that's about right. Later on, let's fast forward this guy. He thought he lost his brother. Found out his brother wasn't dead. Gets betrayed by his brother yet again. Locks him up. Next, loses his mother. Not only loses his mother, watches his mother die in front of him.
Yeah. Technically twice. Kind of.
Why twice? Because of Endgame?
I mean, the second time he didn't see her die, but he knew she was
gonna die that day. Yeah. Okay. A time and a half then.
So, I mean, just to feel that pain twice?
Yeah, but this time he got to talk to his mother. He didn't even get to do all that last time. He just walked in to watch his mother get stabbed up.
Yeah, but still, shit's still gonna hurt.
Of course. It's your fucking mom. That sucks.
It's just your mom died in a different way. It's fucked up.
No, it's probably gonna be the same way.
It's the same way, but
Or is it? Because the reason why
he knows.
Because the reason why she died in the first place is because she was defending Jane, who got the ether taken.
Yeah.
But they already took the ether when they dipped.
That's what I'm saying.
Confusion. Oh, I hate that goddamn time skip shit or the time thing. I don't like time.
So if they took the ether, so why did she die on purpose to make the storyline continue? You see what I mean?
I don't like it. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
I'm just saying.
We'll get to that in a minute because that's another grievance of mine.
That's what I was saying. Like she.
Hold that idea. We're gonna make that into a separate video after this because that shit.
I'm just saying.
I don't like time. I really don't.
I hate characters with time powers.
Oh man,
you
it
fuck some shit
sucks. Space all day. Time, bro. Fuck you. Okay.
Bro, time could be a bitch.
So, lost his mom in front of his face. Then fast forward, proceeding that lost his father, lost his brother again, like for real this time, and all three of them watched them die in front of his face. He witnessed their deaths. Pretty solid, yes. Witnessed his mom die in front of his face. Witnessed his dad die in front of his face, even though he just kind of like disintegrated into the forest, and watched his brother get choked the fuck out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Technically, he watched his brother die a lot, but like he really died this time.
I mean, because usually he's like, psych.
Yeah, but even in those psychs, he still technically watched his brother die. Like in the second one, and with the ether shit or whatever, Dark World.
But usually it's like,
he did watch
my brother die.
Yeah, he did watch him die.
But I know he's gonna come back. It's Loki. That's what he did.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So in the first one, he watched him die by falling off the bridge.
Yeah.
Second time, he watched him die because he got stabbed or impaled or whatever from the thing before Loki tricked him and threw that other thing into like the collapsing black hole shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm having a brain fart.
There was a scene where Loki was fighting that ugly, gigantic, like rock monster looking thing or whatever, and it like stuck like a horn through his chest or whatever. Before he did, there was like some little bomb thingy that he implanted on him, and it blew up, but it like sucked him into it. No, don't remember.
I kind of remember that though.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Because before I came over, I was rewatching Winter Soldier for some reason.
Because that shit's tight. What you mean?
Oh yeah, that's when you found out that was a trick too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and after that moment, he watched him die again. So he watched him fall off the bridge the first time. In the first one, thought he died. He watched him die in this one, thought he died. And then he watched Thanos choke him out, in which case he actually died because his face went completely blue. Like his original frost. Yes, that. So he's dead. And even Thanos said, yeah, this time there's no resurrections. And he made sure of it because he blew the whole goddamn ship up. So even if Thor could survive that shit, Loki could not.
Yeah.
So he watched his brother die, watched his dad die, watched his mom die, and then let's fast forward some more. Now after he watched his brother die, before that, forgot, he watched, sister tried to kill him.
Oh yeah.
Had to kill his sister. After learning about a dreadful past about his sister and his father. More family drama.
But did she really die? She just stayed back to fight the monster, right?
Yeah, no, Surtur ended the whole planet. Yeah, no, she's dead.
Well, technically she's not dead, she just went back home.
Nah, because they didn't follow the same shit. To be quite honest, I don't even know where the fuck she came from.
I don't know, she's
No, I know where she came from in the comic books and stuff like that, but I mean like in the movie, when she was presented, where the fuck did she come from?
Underworld. Remember she came to the portal? Or whatever thing?
Hell no.
Remember when, right after, the dad...
Yeah, and then she popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, she came through a portal type shit thing, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I remember.
I just remember this bitch appearing, and I was like, "Where the fuck did you come from just now?"
Yeah, she came from somewhere.
Okay, so
that's when Thor, transformed into his hammer. She said,
and she was like, and she crushed that shit, and everything. Loki was like, "Oh, yeah, we should run." Heimdall.
That's when Thor was like, "No."
Yeah, then she followed them through that shit and threw them smooth out of the whole damn thing.
That's when they ended up on the planet.
Yes, that was
That's when they found Hall.
That actually wasn't a bad movie. But okay, so sister killed the sister after sister took his eyeball, which was kind of counterproductive, but whatever. Because he ended up getting the fake eye back. It was like, what? For what? You could get patched. That was tight. I was dead. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, so that happened, and then you lose half of your people. Yeah. Because of Hela, and also
pretty much you got to start over.
The war between Thanos and his people or whatever. Yeah. Like on the ship, I mean. So, Ebony Maw and all of them came to slaughter like half the people.
Yeah, that's crazy. He saved some of his people on the ship just to fly away, just for them to end up dying anyway.
Yes. And then you lose Heimdall in front of your face and watch him die. Yeah. There was no coming back from that either. So needless to say, Thor lost a lot of people. Like a lot of people.
He pretty much lost his whole civilization.
Everything. His homeland. All of that.
Pretty everything. He's the last of his kind type of person type thing.
Everything. Right? So then we fast forward again. And he's fat, he's depressed, we understand it, we feel for you, Thor, blah, 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 everybody feels sad for Thor. Until it gets to the end, and it's just like, I'm still worthy, and it's just like, oh, Thor, and all that other stuff or whatever, and everybody loves Thor, right?
Oh, he missed.
Yes, he did. I hate you. But you're not wrong. So, then we get to niggas like my nigga Starlord, yes? Oh, before I get into that, and as much as all those things have happened to Thor, no one ever really sees him as the butt of the joke. He's a strong and particular individual, obviously, who's done a lot of things, but has lost a lot in the process. And as such, he's like one of the most beloved characters of the MCU, obviously, right? Let's fast forward. Well, let's take it back now. Starlord, Mr. Peter Quill. Let's break down some of his characteristics, shall we?
Asshole.
I wasn't expecting that, but yes. That's not exactly what I was going for. I'm not mad at that. I didn't see that coming. You really threw me off. So, they grew up human. Lost his mom. In front of his face.
To cancer. Whatever he had because of his dad, which you found out later. Blah, blah, blah.
Lost his mom. Ran away. Got kidnapped by aliens. Not only got kidnapped by aliens after hearing that your mom said, like, your dad's coming to get you at some point.
Right.
Gets kidnapped by aliens minutes later.
To find out what his dad's doing.
Oh, we'll get to that. Kidnapped by aliens, raised by some aliens, said aliens. Not only raised by said aliens to be a thief, an assassin, and then exactly all of those things. Also, while being threatened to be eaten by said aliens.
That's why this crazy kids.
Of course, do this or I'll eat you.
Because he was small enough to fit in small spaces.
Fucking God, dude. That's so stupid.
That's what he told me.
I know. I was like, what? First of all, why do you remember that?
I told you, I remember the weirdest things from movies.
Oh, man. So, gets raised to do all these things. And then we fast forward, have a criminal record, blah, 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 all this other stuff, wherever in the galaxy. He finds love, kinda at first, like shaky at first, but then he eventually finds it. Okay, cool. That's one good thing. Forms a
bond.
A ragtag misfit bunch trio, whatever the fuck, turned into a whole family. Okay, cool, got that. Found out about his real father.
Which is an asshole.
Found out that he was immortal in the same token. Lost said immortality
Due to
in less than 24 hours of finding out about it. Had to kill his father because he found out his father killed his mother. And in the midst of trying to kill his actual father and lose his immortality, lost his I don't want to call him stepdad, but like, what's the other word? Not biological, but his adoptive father, I guess.
like you said, I'm not your dad, but I'm your daddy. What is it?
I'm not your father. I'm not your daddy. Wait.
What was the line?
Something like,
what was the line? I can't remember right now. He said something like that. I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's something basically like, I'm not your father, but I am your daddy, or something like that. Something to that
You
degree.
guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, whatever. So lost him, killed his father, lost his mother, and then fast forward some more, lost the love of his life. Yeah, I think it's safe to say this nigga lost a lot of things.
Yeah, after he lost the love of his life, he started losing his crew.
Yes.
Due to the...
On top of that, his crew doesn't respect him, like, at all. Like, in the least bit. Not even a little bit.
But still.
No one. Groot? No. Rocket? Fuck no. Drax? That's laughable. Mantis? She does what she wants. Gamora? She hears him, but I'm an independent woman. I do what the fuck I want.
Because, she doesn't know that type of love. She was like, this is new to me.
True, but she still knows respect when she sees it. She grew up with
But then
Thanos.
she was like, hey, I fucks with you. Bet.
She still doesn't respect this nigga.
Of course. But still.
So, lost all those things, not respected, and everybody treats him like he's the butt of the joke because he's such a goofball, but within his goofballiness, he's not some idiot. He's not like the Green Hornet. You know what I'm saying?
He's the Green Hornet.
He's not the Green Hornet. He's very smart. He knows how to pull apart and pick apart a spaceship. He has a whole spaceship that was taken care of by himself. He knows how to fight very well, even. And he's smart enough to come up with brilliant plans, and it actually can follow through and work. Let's stop and analyze that for a second. This nigga's fighting skills were so good when he ran into Tony, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. He held his own against Iron Man. No problem. And was able to take Spider-Man hostage. The nigga who has spider senses. In an iron spider suit, he took him hostage with a gun to his head. Doesn't sound like no weak nigga to me.
Nah.
And this is coming from a guy he's fighting a guy who's like chock full of all kinds of weaponry. And he only had a few things on him. He's not covered in armor. He has a few gadgets here and there. And he was able to take them down. Well, not take them down, but like get the best of them. He doesn't need help. He doesn't get help. He just does things on his own. He's always been like that. Fast forward again. When is the whole scene on Titan when they had to face Thanos and everything? That whole idea, that whole plan.
What's this?
His plan. And even make sure, by the record, this is my idea. All his idea, how everything pretty much went out, aside from Tony fucking it up in the beginning. All his idea. That means he was able to assess everybody's abilities and stuff like that and come up with an idea to get everything to kind of like mesh together with people he's never met before. And it worked. And he fucked it up at the end, of course. He fumbled it at the one. I'll give you guys that. But he's more than capable of handling his own, and yet no one gives him the proper respects. Everybody gets mad at him for the whole snap thing. Okay, again, I give you guys that. However, what I will say is he acted out of a very emotional state. I like to think that everybody here can understand that shit because he, again, did lose the love of his life. He had the gun, to her head, pulled the trigger, and was tricked into it being a bubble gun. Didn't expect that. He made a promise, and he was very hesitant because he's not a goddamn cold-blooded killer. He's very human still. I don't think anybody here, despite what you think you would do, if somebody that you loved with all your heart and stuff like that told you pull the trigger, you're just gonna be like, bam, without hesitation. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna wait for a second. You're gonna like try and feel it out. Some of you probably won't even do it. That really doesn't matter. So, yeah, he fucked it up. Okay, yeah, but that was very understandable. It was super understandable. You've watched the person who you've been trying to hunt down kill your girl. It doesn't matter how well the plan worked out. Like you're gonna pack him out, and that's exactly what he did.
Whoa.
Wasn't his best moment. Wasn't the best time to do it. No, but it should be understandable. And people who be like, no, he shouldn't have did that. Blah blah blah, blah and all that other stuff or whatever. This is where I have this other form of argument. No one gave Tony any kind of strife, struggle, whatever the fuck you want to give it, that they gave Starlord to Tony when he did the same shit. He did the same shit in Civil War. Let's not forget that. He knew Bucky was brainwashed. He knew he was not his actual self when he did that. But what did he tell Cap instead? I don't care. He killed my mom. He didn't care. He didn't care that he was brainwashed and he had no control over that situation. You killed my parents. I gotta get you now. No reasoning whatsoever. And as a result of all that, instead of taking the high road and like being forgiving and whatnot, he attacked both of them and ended up losing that fight and broke up the Avengers in the process. Which could probably have been a big help if they were all together to begin with when Infinity War started. But it wasn't because you broke them up. Tony did that. No one else did that.
When Captain America showed up, that seems lit.
Yeah, it was tight. Everybody with them regular powers came in and kicked their ass. That was tight as fuck. Yes, that was super cool. It was really cool. But no one gave Tony any of that smoke like they gave Starlord. He did that too. And everybody keeps blaming Starlord for the snap, but honestly, it's not really his fault. He had a big part in it, sure, but it was not his fault.
Yeah, they all had a part in it.
Everybody had a part in that shit. Let's break that down. Yeah, Peter kind of messed it up by giving Thanos the whole gauntlet back, even though it was never off in his hand to begin with. It was almost off. But if that was the case, then why didn't anybody give Doctor Strange the same exact heat when he gave up the Time Stone? Was it because Tony was stabbed? So what? We literally heard Strange say, if it comes down to you guys and the stone, you guys are going to die. And he gave them the stone anyway. But remember, that was a huge part.
But that huge part was his 1% chance of his plan working through the whole series. Because that's the image of the whole thing.
True, but like I said, everybody blames Starlord for that. But
no, everybody had their part.
I know that. I'm speaking on behalf of all the people who blame Starlord. For over a year, we had many memes about them roasting Peter Quill for doing that. People come up to this nigga in the street and said that. Why did you do that? Like he's like really, like he's really Starlord in real life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But we've had the constant disrespect to Starlord in that regard. I'm just pointing out there were other factors in it that wasn't just him.
No.
And people need to start giving him more respect as a character. And that's not just the people who are watching, but also the people who have created his character in the MCU, period. Because they make him the butt of the joke. And I don't know if that's going to change in the third movie, but I really don't think so. Yeah, because James Gunn is still a part of the whole process.
Yeah, and he's goofy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He should have had that character development that made him more serious and stuff like that in the second movie, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
If anything, and this is where I'm gonna get to this other point in a minute. Actually, hold on. No one gave Doctor Strange any smoke, and he's the one who gave up the Time Stone. If he never gave up the Time Stone, Tony would have died, sure. But Thanos only would have had a few stones. What, like 3? He had the power, he had the space, he had the reality. Was that it? Is that all he had?
At the moment?
Yeah. When he was fighting on Titan, he only had those 3, right?
Was it 3 or was it 2?
No, he had 3. Because remember, he had the power of the stone first, then he got the space stone with Thor, and then he got the reality stone, and then took Gamora. Oh, he had the soul stone. That's what we did. But I don't think he didn't do shit with the soul stone though. Yeah. So there's like what? There was 6, right?
Man.
Yeah, time and mind. Yeah, okay, yeah. He had those 4. If he didn't get the time stone from Strange would have never been able to teleport back to Wakanda and rewind time to regain back the blown up Mind Stone to begin with. That's 2. Then, on top of that, if you really want to get mad about it, why don't y'all get mad at Thor? Like you said earlier, this was the main point I wanted to get to. Everybody loves Thor. That nigga did not go for the head. He wanted to make sure to make him suffer and wanted to see him suffer instead of being responsible and end him right then and there. You said, you're going to die for that. He didn't say, I'm going to make you suffer and all that other shit. Kill him. End him then and there so he doesn't see it coming. And stop him while he has his whole Infinity Gauntlet on his hand, fully charged and ready to go. You had the utmost power to stop him in your peak by yourself, and you did, and you didn't do it.
That's to bring it back to when they were on that planet fighting. How come they didn't, as that glove was coming off, how come nobody didn't cut his arm off, stab a nigga?
Everybody was struggling against this nigga just to even get it off to begin with.
But I'm not sure one of them could have been like, God!
No, everybody was occupied except for Quill. But how was he gonna cut his hand off? With what? His gun? The only one who probably would have been able to do that probably was Stone, or not Stone, what am I talking about? That's Strange and maybe Iron Man.
I remember that scene because I remember Iron Man had his thing around the glove. Spider-Man had his webs. Mm-hmm. Drax had one of the arms.
Mantis had his head.
You're controlling him to calm him, or try to relax, clear his mind.
Nebula.
Yo, what the fuck was Nebula doing?
She was in the cut. She was watching the whole thing happen.
That's what I'm saying.
She watched the shit because she was like grieving for her sister because she figured out her sister died. And that's when Quill was like, what the fuck?
Because that's when Quill asked him, was like, are you serious? Mm-hmm. That's when he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Then, what else did he ask her? I forgot he asked something else.
Who?
Did Thanos say something like...
No, he said, asshole, tell me you didn't do it. He's like, I had to. He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then he started beating him in the head. And they're like, no, don't do it. And that was kind of a wrap after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he had it cool until he found out Gamora was dead. He was good until he found out Gamora died. Like, keep in mind, he's been doing all this manhunting, taking down people, and putting guns to people's heads because he's trying to find Gamora. Like a real one should. But everybody want to get on his case like it's just all his fault.
I gotta watch it.
Exactly. Like that bugs me. There was a lot of factors that came into that, and Starlord should not have been blamed for all of those things. There was a lot of blame to be passed around, and everybody just single-handedly blamed him. I personally didn't appreciate that shit. But,
yeah, of course, the whole fight scene could have been different.
Of course. Maybe that'll be like, what if? Maybe they'll do that shit in What If. Mm-hmm. What if Starlord didn't do that shit? What would have happened? I doubt it. But it would have been tight to figure out anyway.
We're just saying, cut some slack.
Yeah, so there's that part of Starlord. My other grievance with him is because of the whole snap thing, and this is where I feel like the writers on the show fucked it up, in my personal opinion, he should not have disappeared in the snap. He should have been one of the ones to stick around. I would have rather Rocket died in the snap than Quill. Quill should have been one of the main people to stick around. Since everybody wants to blame him so much for the snap and everything, even though that was kind of his fault, he should have been the one to stick around and been there just like Thor to sit there and sulk in his mistake. They did not give him that room or opportunity to grow as a character because he did not learn anything from his mistake in that moment. He didn't have 5 years of solitude and losing his family and blah, blah, blah to reflect upon what happened. You know what I'm saying? There could have been some serious growth and development from him if they let him live. He could have probably been a little bit more responsible, especially being around all these in particular leaders. He could have been around Tony. He could have been around Rhodey. He could have been around Captain America of all people, and learned more stuff about like his homeland before he went back out into space and become like a better leader out there and whatnot. That could have set him up to be, because we're going out into space anyway. Now that Iron Man and Cap are done, there's not many people left on Earth, right? We thought T'Challa might be kind of there, but like now he's dead, so no. So as far as Earth is concerned, who is it? Spider-Man? That's Sony. It's not even a good deal anymore. You know what I'm saying? Who else is there? Shield? Hell no. And they're also in space anyway.
Teenage Groot.
What? Oh. There's no one on Earth. So if we're going out into space anyway, if we're excluding Captain Marvel's ass, I'm not going to get started on that. If we're excluding Captain Marvel's ass, then Quill and the Guardians would have been like another good like follow-up as far as like leadership goes in the areas of space and stuff like that. Where we could have followed them a little bit more. But it's hard to do that with a guy who we can't take serious or is not much of a good leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to spend a little bit of time with Tony on Titan. And that turmoil, that hatred, that bitterness on that long car ride back home to Earth after all that would have probably, like, set him straight a little bit. And then he would have had to, like, figure it out and get his act together in some way, shape, or form. Because he lost it all. Like, his character would have been more fit if... That character development could have been what Hawkeye's character development could have been. You know what I'm saying? In that moment.
But he didn't do nothing.
He didn't do anything, but like the way his attitude was, like, you know, I lost it all. And you kind of like lose yourself a little bit until you can find yourself again. Because at the end of it all...
That's when it became Roman?
Yes. Yeah. Like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially because he's like, he would have been familiar with somebody who's like, you know, around with the space travel and stuff like that because of Captain Marvel and whatnot. Like, that could have been a lot going on right there that would have been a good setup. But it's like, it's wasted potential. Like, it's right there. It's right there. You guys just drop it. And that's the part that bugs me about stuff like that. Like, there's so much good content that you can make with this in particular thing, and you have it. And I don't know if it's like a deal thing or whatever.
I'm pretty sure the writers can only do so much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's something that's even thought of or even conceived of. I don't know if it's like a deal that has to be made and like the deal didn't fall through, so they have to go a different direction. I don't know if it's that. But if it's not something that got thought of initially, I'm telling you now, that's something that you guys could have done that would have been fucking magnificent. It would have been amazing to see that. But instead, you dropped the ball with this character, and now James Gunn's in charge of this next Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and we know there's going to be another death in it because that's what they do in all these damn movies. Somebody's got to die. Villains got to die. Heroes got to die. Somebody's got to be sacrificed, and I don't like that. I feel like every single movie shouldn't have a sacrifice in it. Somebody always dies in a movie, and I think that's bothersome. First Avengers, somebody died. Second Avengers, somebody died. Third Avengers, everybody died.
Pew, pew. Everybody gonna die.
And that's so bothersome to me, and I hate it. Like, quit killing people off. Just let them get locked up, put in jail or some shit. That's what I liked about the first Spider-Man. For Homecoming, no one died. Nigga just got put in jail.
That was
with Vulture.
Yeah.
He didn't die. He got put in jail. Like he should have. The second one.
Oh, because of Spider-Man 2, Mysterio died.
Yes.
Well, technically he died.
Yes. That was clusterfuck. That was low-key clusterfuck.
Yeah, Far From Home was a good Spider-Man. Yeah. Good times. I can't wait for Spider-Man 3. Oh, God.
I don't even know how that's going to go, man.
Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Do all three Spider-Mans together?
Yeah, but that might be overbearing as fuck, and that's what makes me concerned. Giving everybody their shine and like working together or whatever.
But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more on what's his name, Spider-Man. Far From Home Spider-Man.
Oh, Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland. Yeah.
It would have to be because it would have to be his movie. Everybody else is an old
I'm
Spider-Man.
sure they're based it on his world. They're gonna come to his world.
shit, hopefully so, and he'll learn how to be a better goddamn Spider-Man. That's my only grievance with him is that he's not a good Spider-Man. Well, he is, but he isn't.
Because he's young. My guy's fresh out of high school.
They were all young. They all started in high school. Tobey Maguire started off in high school.
Did he?
Yes. Remember the whole locker punch shit? That was in high school, my nigga. Garfield, he was in high school, my nigga. They were all kids.
I was like, all I remember him was breaking his girlfriend's back.
What?
I'm sorry. Oh, save you. Snap.
Oh, yeah, that shit was sad. That shit was sad. And you knew it was going to happen, too. It was just like, fuck, that sucks.
No, I didn't know her back was going to snap. I thought she was going to, like, smack the concrete.
Either way, bitch was going to die. Being in a place that she should not have been.
Dumb bitch. Females. Why? Even men, too.
Y'all want to be independent so bad until you die. And now look at you.
Why don't people listen when somebody tells you, don't show up, it's about to go down, it's dangerous. Okay, I won't show up. Psych, here I am for support. I don't need your help. I got this. Now you're in the way. Now I have to protect you and fight the villain at the same time.
Well, here's the thing. If it was Mary Jane, that bitch is in the way. I get that. Gwen, not so much. She actually helped him because she was smarter than him.
But still.
Like, way smarter than him.
Still, you're in the way.
In the way, yes. But at the end of the day, she did save him. Because he was getting strangled until she did some shit. I can't remember what she did exactly, but she did some shit and it saved him.
But did it save her?
No. At that point, at that point, that bitch should have left. But she was being nosy at that point, and that's kind of. I'm not gonna say that's what you get, but
that's what she get.
I'm sipping on my tea, sir. I didn't say that.
I did.
But yeah, there was it's so much development that Starlord could have had, and I just feel like it's wasted potential, and that pisses me off.
Not even Starlord. There's plenty of MCU characters that deserve more potential in these movies.
Mm-hmm. It makes me feel like I think the future of the MCU would have to be series.
Because I'm pretty sure these little small characters have bigger roles for sure.
Like who?
Like Hawkeye. I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
No. Hawkeye was done after the first Avengers. They said he was supposed to be his movie in the second one, and I watched the second Avengers, excuse me, and I was like, this is supposed to be his movie? Why? Because he didn't get mind controlled this time? I don't understand. He still didn't do shit. I don't get it. The nigga got shot in the beginning, so I don't understand.
The way they did the Hulk after he got beat up, bro, disrespectful.
What, in Infinity War?
They made him a nerd. Like,
you ain't really did. Yeah, no, that was wasted potential on a lot of levels.
I get it, but then I was like, why?
I don't get it because
he still could have been control of the Hulk, but still could have been Hulk at the same time. You know what I mean?
I thought we were gonna get like a World War Hulk kind of.
That's what I thought we were gonna get,
and we didn't get that shit. We got fucking Carlton. I just.
Because somebody said the strongest thing he did in that movie was throw the bench. I was like, oh.
He really did. He really did.
I was like,
wow.
Hilarious.
Oh, man. Yeah, he didn't do shit.
In that movie, bro.
He didn't do shit. He threw the bench, and then after that, his arm got fried.
From trying to, because the Infinity Stones had the same.
I'm made for this.
Because his energy and had the same energy as those. But just find out that energy was stronger than your energy, so it didn't work. Dumbass. Yeah.
And then Tony did it no problem afterwards. I mean, he died afterwards, but I mean, he was human. He's not filled with gamma radiation. He's not a gamma radiated monster. So.
I was like, how do you want to let a regular human being?
Like, man, get that shit the fuck up out of here with this trash writing, man. This is what I'm talking about, man.
Because I love you.
There's so many inconsistencies, and it was an emotional film at first, but when you really like stop to break this shit down, it's really trash.
Right. Even somebody said when Captain Marvel was fighting. Like, she could have handled that situation.
She did that weak ass girls get it done shit. She didn't need them. She didn't need them at all. She literally plowed right through everything.
Her power
what
is
to absorb power. Make them feel shit? Like what?
That's what she does.
Oh my god!
When she grabbed the gauntlet, she was absorbing the power of that gauntlet. That's why she was able to resist Thanos.
Wait, when? Because she got sucker punched. And that was like the highlight of the movie. I was like, yeah, I don't want to see a bitch get punched so bad in my life.
But I'm just saying, like, your power is to absorb shit.
This is true.
And you're absorbing his power, and you just like, nah, we're gonna do this as teamwork. No, but you can do this by yourself. You don't need these hoes.
You just blew up a whole ass warship by yourself.
You feel me? You came in
through it.
You came in hot. I was like, okay, she about to do something.
Yes.
Nah.
You turned all of the guns from all of the ships onto you, and you
the person who had the most screen time in that scene was Hawkeye.
And all he did was run around with the gun. I was like, what do you want me to do with this thing?
You feel me?
I hate this place. This is what I'm talking about. And she was garbage, dude. Endgame was trash. I don't care what nobody says. You guys get mad at me if you want to. Endgame was garbage, my nigga. I don't care what no one says. It was very emotional at first. But when you really stop to break it down and talk about the things that happened, plot hole after plot hole after inconsistency after inconsistency after inconsistency after plot hole after plot armor after wasted potential. For what? This wrap up was terrible. It was a terrible wrap up. I'm not gonna front. It's a terrible wrap up. I miss our characters. I'm glad that they found a way to get out of their contract and whatnot. But this was a terrible way to get it done. It just was. This was not a good way to get it done. In my personal opinion, it was not a good way to get it done.
My whole thing when Tony snapped and brought everybody back. Why did Gamora forget everybody?
He didn't bring anybody back. He just snapped for all of the evil guy's destruction.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he pretty much reversed everything. Right?
No, he didn't reverse shit. All he did was snap to kill Thanos and all his minions. That was it.
No, I'm talking about when
Hulk did it?
Yeah, when Hulk snapped, yeah. Why did Gamora not remember anything?
Because it was the past Gamora. And the other Gamora can't be brought back because she got sacrificed for the Soul Stone. But here the past one is.
So it's not the same Gamora?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is like the time power shit. I hate it.
I don't get it.
There's
the same Gamora.
And this is what I was talking to my brother-in-law the other day about. Time powers make no sense, and that soul stone shit is retarded. Here's why. I have to make this a separate video. I'm going to cut that part out. Make a separate thing. Okay, hold on. Let me start over. The Soul Stone is stupid. Here's why. That's going to be the beginning. I'll go back to it.
Part 2. Stupid stuff, right?
So, here's why the Soul Stone is stupid. Well, not... The Soul Stone is stupid in the MCU. Here's why. So, Gamora got sacrificed, yes?
Yeah.
Widow eventually sacrificed herself, yes?
Yeah.
They said Widow can't come back because it would defeat the purpose of the sacrifice. A soul for a soul.
Okay, that's the power of the stone. Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
Gamora, the same thing. Okay.
But if you can bring back the old Gamora, I can bring back the old Black Widow.
And that's my grievance. Now, unless they change that in the Black Widow movie, and this is what I said to him too. This is what I said to my brother-in-law. If they bring out this fucking Black Widow movie, and it is anywhere near as trash as Wonder Woman 84 was, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna flip shit. I'm gonna flip this table.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
I'm gonna take the microphones off of it, but I'm gonna flip the table.
Because Wonder Woman 84 could have been better.
It could have been way better.
Way better.
Way better. So we have been held out. We've been held out on this movie for over a year. Understand that. It's been over a year. We were supposed to have watched this shit in May. We're nowhere near May anymore. We're about to run into May again before we can go back in time and run into May. We're closer to May again than we are if we go back.
Black Widow 2.
And that was when we were supposed to watch it. That's when it was supposed to be in theaters. But COVID, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it kept getting pushed back. And when it finally had a date, when everything was good in the world to see it again, they were like, yeah, we're going to push this back. Again. And it's still being pushed back. Now, here's my thing. If they push this shit back again, well, they've already pushed it back. But if they pushed it back again to where it's at right now, and they did not do any kind of like reshoots or changes or whatever to make this a little bit better, now that they've had to sit on this shit for a minute, I'm gonna be fucking furious. I'm going to be furious.
Do not fuck up Taskmaster. I actually like that nigga.
It's really hard to fuck him up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it's Taskmaster.
Just find a good stunt double guy who's like good at martial arts and stuff like that, and just put the Taskmaster armor on.
Because he's supposed to be able to copy everything. So you're gonna do somebody who can do everything.
Your mannerisms, your attacks, your skill set, all of that.
Or you're gonna use more than one person for the role.
Something.
But you're gonna have to find 3 or 4 people with the same body build, same height.
That's doing too much. You'd be better off just finding the one guy who can do it all. You gotta be like a really good stunt double.
Because to go from Black Panther to Captain America to Black Widow, 3 different styles of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too many questions.
But if they mess this up, I'm gonna be upset because there's a lot. I don't want to run into problems like we're having now, where there's like plot holes and inconsistencies. Because now, as it stands, you don't have an excuse for why you can't get this done. People are filming movies. Hollywood is open again for people to film shit. You just gotta take a little quick test and then get back to work. So if you see this has an area where it's like, this would be questionable. Yeah, we should probably go back over that real quick. We got the time for it. It won't kill you. No one's seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? Fix the areas that need to be fixed to make this shit perfect. One, you took forever to even make Widow a movie, period. And then you finally get it, and then it's been stalled for over a year.
And you guys already dropped so many previews and hints and whatnot already. So come on, man.
Yeah, fix that shit if you need to fix it. But if you don't, okay, cool, it better be fire beyond belief. It better make sense. Because now, as far as time goes, maybe in like a post-credit or something like that, we'll find out that the real Widow, after she died from the Soul Stone or whatever,
is really alive somehow.
Is really alive because Steve went back to go put the stone back. Because the whole point of Steve going back in time to put all the shit back that everybody took away,
to have a regular timeline,
was to fix the timeline. Yeah. But he didn't do that though. Because he stayed. Because he stayed, he messed everything up again. There's no Captain America. I don't give a fuck about a theory about an old Cap versus the regular Cap. You still mess up the timeline by staying back. And on top of that, even if you put all the stones back, like you say that you did, that would mean that before Gamora jumped, not Gamora, I'm sorry. If that means that if you went to go put the Soul Stone back before all that, that means Widow never jumped.
True.
And if she never jumped, she should be alive.
True.
And if she should be alive, where the fuck is she?
Maybe before she jumped, they talked it out. She's like on a secret mission or some shit. And he can't tell anybody.
Maybe.
So he's like, oh, yeah, she's dead.
Maybe.
I could have been back. Who knows?
Yeah, but that was after the fact, though. Because he went back in time and we're like, what the fuck, where happened? Where'd he go? And the next thing you know, he's sitting on a park bench waiting. But all more to my point, though. So, if that's the case, then where the fuck is the real Widow? Because Gamora's there. And even more than that, Gamora shit is messed up. Because that Gamora is the past Gamora.
She's like, who's this? That's your boyfriend. Nigga, what?
But future Nebula's there. But she killed her younger self, so should she not exist? You know what I'm saying? And then Thanos is dead. But then his younger self is alive, but they killed him. So does that mean that Thanos doesn't exist anymore, period?
Hey, they should have just did with one.
Or is this like a separate timeline thing where these other people exist in this timeline?
I'm just saying they should have just did what War Machine said.
Just kill him as a baby?
Fuck it. Just fuck it.
Man, this is why I hate time powers. I hate time powers with a passion, dog. I hate it. It makes my head spin and hurt. I'm busy right now.
My whole thing, I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange could have found more than one. What do you call it? version of them winning.
Out of 14 million?
Yeah, pretty sure.
However the fuck many?
I think there was like one.
He said he only found one out of 14 million something.
I'm pretty sure those.
That's a lot. That's a lot of ways to try and fight somebody and you still lose.
I think he was holding back on some of them. I feel like it.
I don't know, man. 14 mil, man. That's a lot.
That's
a big ass number.
That's what I'm saying. To one? There was a couple more.
And that one still meant half y'all gotta die? If we was gonna win?
Yeah, but
that's pretty goddamn major.
It took them half of them to die.
And then barely get it.
And
it took one person to sacrifice himself to make sure that it went through. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. Otherwise, they lose again. Yeah.
I just feel like certain. Well, you guys know what to do in the comments. You know, let us know if you guys know anything, information, stuff. We can figure this out. Because we're not trying to go based off of comic books. We're trying to just.
I'm going off of MCU. I'm not going off of anything comic book related at all. Just the MCU films alone. It's just. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Can you see our points?
What's your points? Blah blah blah.
Do you feel like the time stone is stupid? The soul stone is stupid based off of the stuff that we've said? Give me a second. Do you feel like Quill should have more respect than what he's given? But in either case, let us know in the comment section below. Yeah, that's all I got today. Until next time, we'll be here. Tell it like it is. I fucking hate the MCU sometimes. They make no goddamn sense.
Bro, because I forget which one it was. It was after they fought in New York. I forget which Marvel movie it was. It was a cuss scene at the end, I think, or something. And Rakim was like, "Hey, how come you guys didn't just blow up the mothership?" They was like, "What? What?" Because they were watching he was like, "How long did it take y'all to do this fight?" They were like, "Hours." He was like, "How come you didn't just go blow up the mothership?" They're like, "Oh." That's like dumbasses.
I don't recall that, but that's funny as hell.
I have to find it. I forgot where I watched it at. He was like, "Yeah." Everybody was like, "Oh, we could have did that." He was like, "Yeah, mothership, everything else would have cut off."
Which is exactly what happened when Tony blew up the whole goddamn thing with the nuke.
It was like, because she did that in the first place.
With what though? It's in space. Who's going into that hole? No one.
I'm pretty sure they had somebody.
No, they only had Iron Man that could fly it like that. Thor wasn't going through that shit. He probably should have.
And my thing, how come almost called him Shaft.
Nick Fury, my nigga?
Like Nick Fury. How come Nick Fury didn't call Captain Marvel sooner?
Because obviously she didn't exist yet, but you know, retcon and all.
Nah, that was a lot of something.
No, she was somewhere in the universe, but also retcon. She doesn't exist because it's too early in the actual films to put this bitch in.
But she out there somewhere. She exists.
She exists somewhere out there.
You gotta.
It takes you giving us a ring when I'm dying and disintegrating to nothing to finally make you show up.
Right. Like, you could have been pressed that button, son.
At least for that. For the Chitauri shit, for sure that.
That's what I'm saying. She could have showed up. Bow. Alright, bet. She could have showed up. Yeah, but oh, who's that? And like, oh, I don't know who that is. She could have flew off. Still a secret.
True.
I
don't know. Maybe he didn't call her because that whole attack wouldn't have been worth her time. That probably would have been way too easy for her.
Yeah.
Like, you called me all the way over here for this shit? And who knows how long it would took her to get there?
I'm pretty sure she could fly pretty fast.
Yeah, she can fly pretty fast, but again, she's in space. She's not like flying at like light speed or anything like that. Not that I'm aware of. Like she got the page when Nick and everybody disintegrated, and it took from Steve and them being in Wakanda, getting back home to New York, being settled in for a little bit, and the group huddling over the plan, and then this bitch flew in hot. Like, where's Nick? That had to have been like at least a good 10 plus hours. Like, that wasn't that soon. So she had to be really fucking far.
Yeah, well, but
that invasion was not gonna be no damn 10 hours for that little shit. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to call her for that. I probably would have been mad at that. I get back, I come back and I see this shit going on. I'm like, you serious? You call me for this? Pew 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 pew. We done here? Like,
hey. Oh,